5 minutes. 5 minutes was all it took to turn the most glamorous night in the Chinese entertainment industry into a sea of tumultuous speculation. Cameras were still focused on the celebrities' sparkling gowns and expensive suits when suddenly the spotlight froze. The journalist's breath caught. Flashlights exploded without warning. And amidst the glittering red carpet of Weibo Night, two figures appeared side by side, calm, elegant, as if the world hadn't been shattered by their presence. Liu Yuning and Zhao Lusi. Together. There had been no prior announcement. No cryptic teasers on social media. Not even the official invitations had ever mentioned their names in the same sentence. But that night, reality spoke louder than rumors. They walked in sync, not too close but not too far apart. Their body language was too harmonious to be coincidental, too natural to be staged. Zhao Lusi looked stunning in a dress that reflected light like stardust. Her smile was gentle, but her eyes held a serenity that was hard to decipher. Beside her, Liu Yuning stood tall with her signature charisma, cold yet warm at the same time. The combination was like a drama scene that suddenly leaped off the screen and came to life before thousands of eyes. At first, many thought it was just a brief moment before they parted ways. But no. They stopped together at the same spot, facing a sea of cameras eager to capture every detail. Zhao Lusi glanced at Liu Yuning, and in that split second, the internet seemed to be fueled for months to come. The media immediately went into overdrive. Headlines appeared even before the main event began. Unexpected appearance. What really happened? Speculation spread like wildfire. Was this a new project? A secret collaboration? Or something more personal? No one could be sure, and that uncertainty was what made things even more frenzied. Fans on the set began screaming, some in disbelief. On social media, hashtags for their names skyrocketed within minutes. The few-second clip was replayed thousands of times, analyzed like hidden clues in a great mystery. The way they stood, the way they smiled, even the distance between their shoulders became the subject of heated discussion. Liu Yuning is known for rarely showing her personal side in public. She always maintains a clear boundary between her professional and private life. Meanwhile, Zhao Lusi, with her cheerful and spontaneous image, also never carelessly displays closeness that could spark uncontrolled rumors. But that night, those boundaries felt blurred. There was something different about their aura. It wasn't just two popular actors who happened to be at the same event. There was a harmony that was hard to describe in words. It was as if they had had a long conversation before finally deciding to step out into the world together. Several photographers said the moment felt like the climactic scene of a major film. There was no director giving cues, no script controlling the blocking. But the composition was perfect. The lighting, expressions, and timing. Everything fell into place, as if destiny had planned long ago. Behind the scenes, the management teams of both parties remained silent. There was no clarification, no denial. This silence only amplified the echo of public questions. Because in the entertainment industry, silence often speaks louder than 1,000 words of explanation. Weibo Night, which should have been an annual celebration of achievements, suddenly turned into the biggest stage for speculation of the year. Even the awards ceremony felt like a distraction, as the focus remained on one question: why did they come together? Some industry observers speculated that this was a brilliant strategy. Delivering a surprise without spoilers is the most effective way to dominate the news. But if that was the strategy, it was one of the subtlest and most daring. There were no promotional statements, no project posters, no trailers to follow. Meanwhile, loyal fans tried to read deeper. They pieced together snippets of old interviews, subtle interactions on social media, even micro-expressions caught on camera that night. Every tiny detail became a puzzle piece that they believed would one day form the bigger picture. Zhao Lusi was seen smiling at Liu Yuning several times as they stood for a photo session with other artists. It wasn't a formal smile for the camera, but a brief, personal smile. Liu Yuning also seemed a little more relaxed than usual, as if her presence beside her provided an unseen yet palpable sense of comfort. But precisely because there was no confirmation, the public was trapped in a tantalizing gray area. In the entertainment world, mystery is the most valuable currency. And that night, Liu Yuning and Zhao Lusi wordlessly managed to create the most expensive mystery. As the show progressed and they eventually walked in different directions, the cameras continued to follow. But the golden moment had already been created. 5 minutes that would be remembered longer than the entire series. 5 minutes enough to shake the internet and make the night feel like a new chapter in a long story yet to be written. For some, this might have been mere coincidence. 2 big stars in the same time and place. But for millions of fans, the coincidence was too perfect to be accidental. There was a sense that they were witnessing something important, the beginning of something, or perhaps the culmination of something that had been hidden for so long. The entertainment industry thrives on the spotlight and narrative, but sometimes a single, silent step speaks loudest. That joint appearance wasn't about grand gestures or dramatic statements. It was about the courage to stand side by side without explanation, leaving the world to guess. And perhaps that's where its power lies. In a world full of instant clarifications and official announcements, mystery is a rare luxury. Liu Yuning and Zhao Lusi chose not to explain, and that's precisely why they dominated the conversation. Weibo Night finally ended. The lights went down one by one, and the guests left with trophies and mementos. But online, the story was just beginning. The 5 minutes that froze the red carpet had turned into a wave that showed no signs of abating. And whether it was coincidence, strategy, or destiny, one thing was certain. That night, they didn't just walk the red carpet. They walked straight into pop culture history that would forever be talked about. Speculation grew wild as candid photos from backstage began to circulate. While they didn't show any overt interaction, their mere presence in the same area was enough to spark 1,000 new theories. Every shadow, every angle of the photo was analyzed like a scene from a mystery drama. The public seemed to become collective detectives, trying to piece together a narrative from the visual fragments. Interestingly, both Liu Yuning and Zhao Lusi continued with their usual schedules the following day. There were no clarifying posts, no comments addressing the uproar. The silence felt deliberate, yet elegant. They let the public speak, allowing curiosity to grow without being piqued by hasty explanations. Several days passed, but the buzz hadn't subsided. International media began highlighting this phenomenon as an example of how a simple moment can dominate the global conversation. In an era where everything is planned with intricate digital strategies, natural surprises are the most powerful force. And that night, that surprise came in the form of 2 steps side by side. Ultimately, whether it was the beginning of a major collaboration, a beautiful coincidence, or the opening chapter of a longer story, only time would tell. But what is certain is that those 5 minutes on the Weibo Night red carpet have become a symbol that in the glitzy and scripted world of entertainment, the most memorable moments often arise from the unexpected. And Liu Yuning and Zhao Lusi, without needing many words, had proven how powerful a single appearance together could be.